Welcome to all you Aries people. Welcome for your last monthly horoscope for 2014. For people who've got a rising sign in Aries or a sun sign in Aries, or like me who have a moon in Aries, or maybe other planets, personal planets in Aries, this is applicable for you. And there are some things going on. First of all, of course, Saturn in a new sign, the planet Jupiter going retrograde, and I want to start with that, the Pluto-Uranus square, of course. Again, the energy of wanting you to become a stronger person than you already are. That's basically what's happening with the Pluto-Uranus in a nutshell. And it's activated again. When is it activated? Well, not only because they are going to form again a perfect square, and secondly, because two faster planets, Venus and Mercury, are going to touch that Pluto in a conjunction. So Venus and Mercury are in Capricorn, connecting with Pluto and a fixed star, which is called Vega. And this is really, really important for all the cardinal signs, and you are one of them. So you've got Uranus in your sign still, and you know this very push when every time these faster planets are activating the square. This push is really a stimulus to for potential to come through, and that's the theme of the month of December. And it has to do with you, it has to do with relationships indirectly, it has to do with home and family, it has to do with all key areas of your life. So but a lot of you probably also, it has to do with work in a way, because there's so much activity in the highest point of your chart, which is work, which is your social status, which is your destiny, which you want to well, destiny when it comes to what you want to do, what you want to contribute to society. So there's an activation of Pluto, Venus, Mercury, which Venus and Mercury are gentle energies, and it's aspecting the fixed star Vega. And the fixed star Vega is also all about, it has the affinity of Venus and Mercury as well, which shows a double whammy, a very big message here. And what is the message of Vega? The message of Vega is always refinement. It has to do with Mercury, so it has to do with communication. So refined communication, classy, respectful, sophisticated communication. And that's in your 10th house. So, if you want to say something very from the bottom of your heart, you could say, very on a respectful way when it comes to your work, maybe towards your boss, maybe towards authorities, because the 10th house is also in general authorities, then now is the moment. And people will listen to you. Not only that, it will have an impact on them, or the other way around. It could mean that a boss or an authority says something to you or writes you something that has a very deep, profound influence that will bring you towards more authenticity, that will bring you towards more fulfillment of who you truly are. So this is all quite deep. So you can, for instance, because of that, decide to shift when it comes to your work. And with shift, I mean also a shift in profession. So like the nurse becoming a teacher, or like the teacher becoming, I don't know, salesman or something. So, you know, the change of profession, not only doing the same thing in another company or whatever. So there's a lot of change that can be done when it comes to work. There will be a bit of fear there as well. Well, not a bit, maybe a lot of fear, but you will go through it, or you will pass through it to say what you need to say. It's a lot about speaking your will, and your, not only your will, but speaking from the heart, what you are all about, and doing that in a very powerful way, or others doing that to you in a very powerful way, so that you can become a stronger person, so that you can achieve the things or doing the things that you want to do. basically that's the Pluto-Uranus now for December. So it's a really powerful time for you. And normally December is a time that people sit down and relax or reflect. I think for you, you've got something to say there. There's something that you want to say, maybe to a parent. Could be the case as well, because the 10th versus the 4th house is parents. So maybe with there's something that you need to go off your chest, and do that. It's the time for it. And to do that in a very respectful way, but very powerful. So not in you know, with a lot of blah blah blah. Another thing that is going on is Saturn. Saturn shifts into your 9th house, and this is for you really interesting, because the 9th house is a fellow fire sign house. It's the house of Sagittarius, and around the 23rd, Saturn shifts into Sagittarius. I think that's going to be quite good for you, because it's the paradox for all of us of the Saturn, which is the restrictor, which is the discipline, which is the detail, into a very open sign, which is Sagittarius. But for you, it means the 9th house is a communication house. It's your vision, it's your opinion. So the next 2 years, you are going to redefine, restructure what you believe in. That's basically it. And you are wanting to do this by experience, or wisdom by experience. This is crucial. You know, Saturn in Sagittarius on its own is wisdom by experience. And of course, wisdom is there's no wisdom by just having a vision, by just having, oh, things should be like this or that, and it can turn into, and if you're very rigid about that, it can turn into a dogma. But no, this means that through experience, you are going through this time, that you are, through your experience with the different belief systems or different beliefs or opinions, you're going to define your own. Because we all have a subjective view upon life, of course. We all have our own unique subjective view, but we are kind of influenced by other people's views. Absolutely. Every day, whether it is parents, friends, television, YouTube, whatever. And what you're doing is you're structuring your own. And I don't think that's a bad thing for you. And then Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is going backwards. It's going backwards in Leo, in your 5th house. Now, that's not a bad thing at all. Jupiter is very expansive. The 5th house is one of the most joyful houses. It's a house of not only of romance and sexuality, it's also how you express yourself, it's how you're having fun. And it goes backwards, so it means when you are maybe you're starting a relationship, or you're single and you've just met someone, and with Jupiter going backwards, it means that you are doing things a bit slowlier, which is not easy for you, isn't it? Because you're an Aries, they don't want things to go slow. But by doing that, you will reflect and you will take it easy, and that you will benefit from that next year in 2015, when Jupiter goes direct again. So it can also mean that what you used to do as a child, and you used to, maybe a hobby or something that you liked, that you are going to redo that. That's also Jupiter going backwards. It's always going backwards. Retrograde means standing still and reflecting, and especially with Jupiter, reflecting on something that is meaningful for you when it considers that 5th house. So very good energy there. So all in all, with the Pluto-Uranus a bit challenging, yes. But it's how you deal with it, I suppose, and be aware of the fact that yes, it can be intense, but it's not like Mars going into Pluto, which is more aggressive almost, you could say. It's the Venus and the Mercury; these planets are already quite gentle, so you're meeting yourself through gentleness almost. So that's for you, you Aries people. Have a very good month. Wishing you all the best. Spread my videos if you want to, because I want a bit more people to see the videos. Only if you want to, of course. And thanks. Thank you for supporting me the whole for 2014. You know, I'm very, very grateful for lovely Aries people out there who are supporting me, and I like that very much. You know, that keeps me going. Thanks for watching, and see you next year. Have a good December. Bye bye.